Hi everybody, it's Julie, and I'm here with the next installment of May Mystery Mayhem Junk Journal Challenge. So in the last video, I chose to do the cover next. We will be using a doily, paper, flowers, stenciling, bling, and use of fabric. So this is going to be the entire cover, the outside and the inside, and it may end up being two parts. So let's go ahead. I am making my journal is actually going to be a journal where I get to put memories of my mom, along with quotes, excerpts from her journals and things that she's given me. And so I needed a larger spine, so I have cut one that is just about 3 inches. I'm using this large book with the yellow cover, and so we'll go ahead, and I did detach the book from inside. And then I had a piece. This is from one of my yellow paper pads, or from, it might be, I think it's yellow paper pad, but it might be from like ledger paper. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this at 3 inches. I need to double it because my book board from the actual cover is pretty thick. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and fold it and then come back in and cut it from both sides. Okay, so that gives me that piece left over, and then we're going to go ahead and cut this. I'm going to actually mark it, and we'll be cutting inside this line. Okay, so cutting inside the line, put it on here, cut, sorry you can't see that, fold, look for the fold, and cut. Okay, so that gives me those two pieces together. The one other thing I'm going to have to do with these two is they are going to have to be glued together. So I'm going to use my Tombow Mono liquid glue, the bottom of it, which is my favorite part of this. Okay, come all the way to the edges. Now this is going to help to not just glue this, but it'll also help to stiffen my spine for this journal. Okay. So far I'm putting 3 signatures in this, but I do want to be able to add stuff to this, because I'm finding things as I go through things that I want to keep, and I want the story to be there. Okay, I want the story. Okay, so there we go. That is my new spine that I made. Okay, we're going to put this to the side. Now, I have been using this gigantic Band-Aid tape, this gigantic medical tape, to help hold my projects together. It was gifted to me from, I think it came from Gina, but I'm not positive, you guys. Okay, it is 4 inches wide, so I'm going to go ahead and Oh, I'm not going to cut it with my my material cutting. It's raining. Oh my gosh, it's raining. I can hear it. The weather stuff didn't look like that we were going to get any of this rain, so that's pretty exciting. Okay, there we go. And so I'm going to come back and I'm going to try and center this. It's going to just barely catch my book, but it will be helpful. Okay. Oh, we don't need that right now. Okay, so let's... the reason I keep this table pad is because of the measuring part. The lines on it really help me out when I'm working on things. Okay, so we have left about 1/4 of an inch on each side. Okay, and then I'm going to bring this over this way as well. And hope that that helps. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that's how thick my journal is going to be able to be. Do you see that? Oh yeah, I'm very, very, very happy with that. Okay, I'm going to come in and also put a piece down the center here. Okay, put this here. Okay, I'm just stretching it into the gutter here. Oh, I love the way it feels great. Okay. Okay, so the next thing I have is I have this cloth. This came from a shirt. It's actually my mom's shirt. But I had gotten this shirt from her. She was putting it in the get rid of pile, and I got it because of the amazing lace that was on the bottom of it. Okay, so there is gonna be my spine. I love it. Oh my gosh, I am just so happy with it. Okay, so we are going to cover this. Just kidding. No, just kidding. JK, that was the author of this book. Okay. Okay, so let's make sure we have enough. And we do. Okay. And go ahead and again, I'm going to use this. And I'm going all the way to the edge on this. Okay. The cool thing, this glue gives you time to play. I have said it many times, the reason I love that I can use the bottom of this glue. I don't know if you can see that, but it comes out with ridges, and the ridges make it so that things seem to adhere better. Makes it kind of rough. Doesn't usually show up. Sometimes it does. It showed up in some of my napkin decoupaging, but that was okay. Okay, we'll come across the Band-Aid here, or the bandage tape. This works really good for like a 2-inch or spine. It's raining again. It's exciting. We don't get that much rain, and since it has rained enough, I'm not going to have to go water my garden today. So that's kind of exciting because I have a lot to do to catch up. I really want to finish this project, and I have the Old Fashioned Ladies project where it is a private group. Just the ladies that purchased the Old Fashioned Ladies kits from my Etsy shop are in there, and they have videos, how-to videos, start to finish, of a journal. And so there's still a couple of the kits left if you're interested in a follow-along journal. I purposely chose this fabric over the muslin that was sitting right next to it because I liked the texture of it. I even could just leave it like this, but I am using the vintage fabric that I got from Amore Fabriques to use in the Mimi's So Darn Cute vintage kits, and that is what I used for the base of my Mayham Junk Journal Challenge journal. And it came with some fabric, and that's what I'm going to use on the cover here. But it could have just had this linen cover. I was really bummed because this shirt had a stain on it, and one little stain. But I got great lace from it. It's like a cotton lace, so it's gonna dye really well when I decide what I want to do with it. Okay, so all the way to the corners because I want to use the glue on the corners to go around the corners. Okay, so here we go. Just go to the edge. Now there will be some wrinkles, but we shouldn't have big wrinkles in it. Just the wrinkles because of the type of fabric it is. So pulling it, try and get some of those out. Okay. go. And ta-da! Okay, so first thing we're going to do, we don't need a whole lot of bulk around the edge. So I am going to go around and cut up close. I won't throw these away because this could be tag toppers or a part of the tassel. I have already made the tassel for this. I am going to add some things to it that I have found, but that'll be not part of making the journal. It'll be part of filling it. And I figure some of it I will share, some of it I won't, because, you know, it is personal. So another one. And so these are just fabric scissors. These are the ones that if somebody uses them, they might get their arms cut off or something. I don't know. Okay, so next I need to come to the corners and cut across out the corner. I may cut in further after when I actually go and do the corner, but for right now, I'm just cutting up to about 1/4 of an inch of the corner. So did anybody make the fabric covered photo albums back in the day? Like I mean, we made them like crazy in the 80s, late 70s and in the 80s. Did you do that? Were you a creator back then? I had several of those albums that I covered, and I sold. Oh my gosh, I sold so many. Because I was a florist, but I had my own home business because I had 3 children, 3 kids under 3. So it was just better that I stay home, take care of my own kids and everybody else's. I had a daycare also, 24/7 daycare. I did have kids that I watched that their parents had the crazy shift, you know, the swing shift or whatever. All those shifts. And my ex-husband was a baker, so he was at work at night. So I did that. I had a daycare 24/7. Made it so that I could be home with my kids, and some of my neighbor kids were not latchkey kids. They actually were able to come to my house. Okay, so now we're coming down here. Put some glue on top of the fabric of this corner and come around the corner. Okay, pull this up. Of course, I just did this for the guest book for my mom's funeral as well. Trying to think what other journals that I have covered like this on camera, because it's kind of important right now that I show you that I've been doing these things for a while, even though I've only been making videos for a couple of years. Most of these ideas that I have been doing, especially lately, I've actually been redoing things I already did before because I was preoccupied with the death and the funeral of my mom and taking care of all the stuff you have to take care of when that happens. And I still wanted to put videos out, so hence the ABC journal, the ABC Junk Journal, which debuted the day after my mom passed away, and with the list of what I was going to be making. So pretty much on April 1st, I already knew what I was making for the entire month of April. And I just needed it to be easy, and so I did that. I did, so the ABC was the April challenge. This right now we're in the May challenge. The May mystery. So ABC, we did 26 different things. They started with the letters of the alphabet, starting with an altered paperclip, bookmark, coloring page. That's what we did. So each of the letters was already picked, and we went from there. In January, we did the Just Junk Journal Challenge, and you had certain things that you could use to make your journal, and we did videos showing you how to use different kinds of things that other people might consider junk, whether it be junk mail, old clothing and all the parts of the old clothing, old calendars, old books, all that type of stuff. So here we have covered this with linen, and I just wanted to do that. I wanted the texture for the next layer, and also I wanted to calm down the blue and the yellow a little bit. Okay, so let's go ahead and oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. Okay, so this is our fabric, our vintage fabric, and put this right down there. Pull out our new baby wipe holder. See if we can get some of the glue up off the desk, because it does come through when you turn it over. Sorry if we're moving a little bit or a lot. Okay, so that's the wet baby wipe. And I do have a couple left in the package of dry baby wipes. So the glue all over the cover, that is going to help keep the cover sturdy. And also, there we go. Keep the okay, so here is our fabric. We've already cut a couple pieces off and used it on the tassel. And let's see. I want to make sure my flower, this is the wrong side. There's the right side. My flowers are going up kind of would be funny to do it down. My mom used to make corsages and face them down instead of, I'm like, Mom, flowers grow up. So that kind of would have been funny. Okay, so now I could just glue and put this here. However, I am going to put that picture that that I love, that reminds me of my mom. I'm going to put that on the cover. So so I am going to go ahead and add glue here. Okay. And we are like so low on this. I don't want to be moving this around a whole lot. So we're going to switch to the one that has a lot of glue in it so that it's easier to, as long as it doesn't have a hole in it. Sometimes they'll have a hole and then you can't really. Okay, so this is the front, right? Yeah, this is the front. And to me, that's the most important part, to have a lot of glue on. Because of that picture I want it. Yeah, this is not working. But sometimes, I don't know what it is, how they get a little tiny hole in them or whatever, but they just are not going to work. I'm going to take a brand new one. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and put our glue on and spread it out. Glue on, spread it out. I'm also putting doilies on the front of this, so but I really like the way this linen is distressed. I think this would have been really pretty, just this as a cover. I think would have been really pretty. But again, I'm using the stuff that came with the kit, the vintage kit, because otherwise it'll sit over there in the pile. And this, again, the vintage kit that I'm talking about, the Mimi's So Darn Cute, that is those are the kits that my mom and I were going to make journals out of together. And so it just seemed fitting. I do have my pages, my signatures are picked out. I've just been waiting to make the cover. Okay. So here we go. Lay it down. Hopefully we're good. Oh yeah, I love the way that feels. Love the way that feels. Okay. Come over to this side. Press it down. And the spine. Press it down. Okay. And so I think our sides are good, except this one is pretty big. So we're going to come over here and undo it. Save this for tag tops and that kind of stuff come in, and now we'll just go around and get it ready to fold it up. Make sure we're still taping. Yes, we are. Videoing, whatever you want to call it. We are. Yay. Yeah, I love the feel of that linen. I may do, because there's still more of that blouse left, I may go ahead and cover something with that. Just with that. Okay, so corners. We'll start with these two. Oh, we're a little short over here on this side. It'll be fine. But okay. Okay. Go up. Go up. I'm going to pull this corner up and up. Okay. So there. Some more glue down here in this corner. Okay, I do have paper that is coming in here. So let's go ahead and look how this thing we're grabbing. Okay, around to this side. It's been a while. Well, I did do this for the guest book, but it's been a while that I did this for a journal. So okay, so now we got to add our glue. Put a good amount on the corners because we'll be working with those, and then come in working our way towards the center. There we go. Okay, so we're going to pull our corner up and pull our corner up. Okay. And then pull this all the way up over the edge. Okay, when we get down here, we're going to want to pull our corner up like this and in. Up. There we go. So now we'll come back here and do the same thing along here. Okay, that corner's good. This one's a little, came undone a little bit. I'm going to go ahead. I mean, if all else fails, I can put metal corners on this. I really don't want to. So if you have trouble and your corners just don't look nice, you can add metal corners. Okay. There we go. Oh, that one is coming undone. Have some lace, but wrong end. You want to keep coming back and checking it. One of the things about this glue is sometimes you do have to tell it where to go more than once. Say, okay, you're going there, stay. You're going there, stay. Okay, so there's that. So now let's come down here. Did I already do this? I don't remember. I hope you can see that. When my husband's shoulder is feeling better, he's going to build me a new camera holder that can be from further away, so that won't be out of frame as much, probably. Maybe. But I have to wait until he is feeling better. He still hurts pretty bad. Pretty bad, pretty good. He still hurts from his shoulder surgery that he had in February. So okay, so there we go. I've got stuff on my fingers. Let's find the wet baby wipe. There it is. So I can wipe my fingers. Okay, so we're gonna watch this, but the next thing that I need to do is I need my papers for the inside. So if we went from 3 to 12 and a quarter, that's 9 inches. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go all the way to the edge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.5, not quite 6 for our inside papers. But we do want to we need to cover the inside piece still. We don't have enough of the sheet to do that. But what I do have, I have a leftover piece of the fabric from the guest book. So this was the fabric for the guest book. My mom loved this color green. Okay, so we're having trouble up here. There we go. It is cold today. Okay, it's not cold enough to snow or anything, but I'm cold. Okay, so this fabric is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 inches wide. I'm going to cut off some, because we can also use that for tags and things. So that gives me that piece. see what I did? I came in. It's like, you know, if you should be at the table and cutting it straight. Okay. How does the outside? The outside looks great. Looks great. Okay. Okay, just trying to straighten this out a little bit. Okay, and it's too big, too big. And I do want this to look nice because it's 3 signatures, so there will be space down in between. Okay, so I'm happy with that right there. Okay. And now, okay. If I put it up here, I can get an idea of how far over I need to go. Basically about there. It's a little further than what I need, but that's okay. We'll go with some glue down in the gutter. Back over to this edge. Down here. Over this far. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just putting it in the corners here. You guys, I was just thinking, totally just thinking about my mom. Totally just, my brain just wandered off. I'm so sorry, I forgot. I might cut that out. Okay, so just clearing the gutter, because you want the gutter cleared so that you will be able to open and close the journal. Okay, so that is important. And so I started from the inside and went out, and you can see it's pulling from this side to come in here, which is what I want. I'm using a pin cap. When I have this size of a gutter, that's what I like to use, is a pin cap. Okay, so there I have, see, we'll close nicely. Make sure that we're down, check our corners. Again, this one really is struggling over here. Let's just lay it down like that. I really don't want to have to use, but I might have to use metal corners. Just because there is bulk in these corners, because we're double. But this one is beautiful. That's a beautiful corner right there. So, okay, so that is that part. Let's see, we are still filming, and we are in the correct orientation. Okay, so I have this from Martha Stewart, and I think what I'm going to do, so this is my first page right here. So I'm thinking, okay, so we need to go ahead and let this dry up here. Go ahead, you can dry right there. Okay, we're good. No glue. Okay, we're done with fabric, so let's put the fabric scissors away and pull out the Teresa Collins scissors. And let's see, let's straighten things out. Oh, we're good ish. Okay, so we're going to pull this out. First thing is we are going to cut that off at the top. Line it up at 12 inches. Okay, cut it off. Okay, so we were at just under 6 inches is where this book wants us to be. And so I've come over and I've done a little pinch. Okay, so it's 5 3/4 is where I am for this one. Okay. Okay. Up there, right there. And so 5 3/4 on this one too. We're pretty close to that. Okay, so what I have here is I have a double-sided paper. I have glue. And so I've got to decide, do I want to come up like this or do I want to come up like this? think, remember, I still have to do some stenciling for this. So I'm thinking this could be the front. This could be the back. I can stencil the new stencil that I got there. The pocket can come up like this. And I think that will be amazing. So, new stencil that I got is in the stencil drawer. Because remember, I am still doing the okay, so here. There we go. Talks about art being just another way of expressing. Let's see, we have a dark one here. I do have, okay, let's go ahead and pull these down. My tin holds. I'm going to use the vintage photo. I have moved them. They've been living right there, and they showed up in a couple videos, and people or somebody commented that I had it sitting there and didn't use it, but it's because I had my stack, 2 stacks of them sitting anyway. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and stencil in a circular motion. I want to see. Yeah. This might be the first time I got to use my vintage photo. I had it in a little one, and that's great, but it's kind of a pain when you're... Okay. It might not take really well where the paint is on. So I got this at Ben Franklin. And it talks about art. It kind of sounds like it's talking about journaling and how you want to save things and how things provoke a feeling. I just think it's really cool. So, yeah. So I was like, oh no, I pulled stenciling for the cover. How am I gonna? I was like, oh yeah, the inside cover. Whoop. My mom was very much a crafter and an artist and a teacher. All of those things. We joke. She taught me everything she knew, and then I taught her everything I knew. Both very much, a lot of it self-taught or caught. A lot of my stuff is out of necessity. I wanted to make something or do something, And I didn't have, well, didn't have the means, and back then you didn't, there wasn't as much of the opportunity to find things. So there you go. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I mean, I love this a lot. I think this is even better than what I was hoping for. I might wait. I might do something on that one. I don't know yet. So let's go ahead and bring our cover back. This is going to be my inside cover page right here. Make sure that we're going to fit. And where my pocket is going to go up right there. Okay. Okay, so I have my pocket is ready to fold and be put in there. And then come over here. This is going to probably help with this corner too. Hopefully, right? Okay, let's make sure that. Okay, so there's that. It's going to come down to here. Make sure we're not too wide. Don't want to be in the gutter. Fold. Okay. And put this up here while we fold our pages. And because these are inside pockets, I am going to go ahead and sew them. I don't want them to get compromised and come undone. I'm going to do them on a straight stitch, and I'm just going to stitch them straight down. That wants to... It was up on top of the sewing machine. I was like, I don't want to... So we'll get this set up, and then we will come back and I'll show you decorating the cover. Okay, so we'll put these in and then come back for decorating the cover. This video is getting really, really long. Oh, I knew it. I knew it. So, anyway, I'm going to have to do the we can go ahead and put this one in. I'm going to cut the strings off. We'll at least get this one in. And, of course, this is the back one, not the front, right? So we'll put the back page in. It's going to come right to the edges, and that's good to know because as we start, oh, I think this is, that's the one with the hole in it. It'll do it, but it, you can feel it letting go. Okay, let's go ahead to the edge, up. Now when you've put these down, you do need to keep checking them because of the fabric. There could be space. So you want to keep checking it that there's, you know what, we can cut that off. That's starting to get a little on the ridiculous side. sometimes the problem is you just have too much fabric, too much bulk, right? Okay, pulling this towards me so that I can deal with it. Okay, so put that down. There we go. I fixed it. It's probably going to be the best corner on here now. Okay, so this is the back we're working on. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put down our glue. We've got it really good over here on the side. Want to make sure we have it really good on this side. And then everywhere in between. There we go. Okay, so and then we'll be doing the same thing on the front once I get it sewn, and then we will come back and continue. Okay, so let's make sure. All these little goobers on my hands. Okay, so just keep making sure that we're right at the edge there, right along the edge there, the edge, and the edge. Okay, so that is the back. Okay, we're still good on the gutters. So come on back. We'll be working on the cover, and we will be decorating the cover in the next video. I hope you're enjoying this. I hope you join us in the Mystery Mayhem Junk Journal Challenge, where we are making a very mysterious junk journal using 31 different items and making our embellishments and decorating our pages using those different items. And anyway, can't wait to see you there. Find something to celebrate every day. Don't forget to subscribe. Have an amazing day.